We're going to go right to Mr. Slaby, Judge Slaby, who is running for District 41, which includes just south of us here before we have a number of members: Richfield, Bath, Copley, Fairlawn area. Sagamore Hills also, Jim?
Sagamore Hills, Macedonia, Boston Heights, Twinsburg, and even Remindersville. What an exciting time it is. And I love preaching to the choir. You are my choir. I was very fortunate to have served before becoming a judge on the Summit County Executive Committee. I was actually the secretary of the Summit County Republican Executive Committee for a number of years. So you are my choir, and I love preaching to you. You know, we all agree, and I think we all can agree, that we need to cut out government waste. Can we agree to that? Yes. We need to reduce government spending. Can we agree to that? Yes. We can agree that we need to reduce taxes. Can we agree to that?
Yes.
All right. I can agree that we need to bring jobs back to Ohio. Can we agree to that?
Yes.
Okay. Now, the real question is, how are we going to accomplish that? Well, I'd like to suggest to you that because of many of my experiences, not only as a judge, but on 14 years as the Court of Appeals judge, actually I had 4 counties, the 9th District Court of Appeals. I had Summit, Lorain, Medina, and Wayne counties. And it was really a diversified court because we had the urban problems of Summit, depressed economic problems of Lorain, growth problems of Medina, and rural problems of Wayne. And to just give you a flavor of the diversity of those type of problems that I was faced with on the Court of Appeals, one day I had a case that was my responsibility. I was going to be the author judge. As was mentioned, we sit in panels of 3. One of the 3 always is the author judge. And I was the author judge of a case that involved all the rubber companies, hundreds of millions of dollars involved with insurance companies, EPA of the state level, the federal level, and I had to make some decisions and write that opinion. The next week, I went to Wayne County, and my case that I was responsible involved 2 cows. Now that's the diversity of the things that we heard of at the 9th District Court of Appeals. But you know what? Those folks that were involved in the litigation of those 2 cows was as important or more important to them than the hundreds of millions of dollars to the big corporations. But those were the type of issues that I addressed. Along with in the Court of Appeals, we addressed issues of unemployment compensation and workers' compensation. We all know that we need to reform workers' compensation, and let me tell you, I saw the problems in litigation. When I was elected to the prosecuting attorney's office, I happened to be one of only 2 Republicans elected in Summit County at that time. My predecessor had approved a budget for him by the 3 county commissioners of $1.1 million. Well, uniquely enough, Summit County changed from a 3-commissioner form of government, like Cuyahoga, over to a charter form of government, like you're going to do. And you know what? Unfortunately, it was democratically controlled. Unfortunate for me, because somehow my budget got cut just a little over 25%. So I had to figure out how to provide the services to the county to prosecute criminals, be the legal representative for all the boards and agencies and employees of the county of Summit with 25% less money than my predecessor would have had. And you know what? We did it. We did it, and we convicted more criminals, and we collected more in child support than my predecessor. I know it can be done. We can cut government, we can cut our spending, and we can still get the job done because I've done it. I also serve on 3 boards, not-for-profit boards here in Cuyahoga County. We realized on those boards that we were losing money, but we were losing money because of our administrative expenses. We had to come up with a plan to reduce the administrative expenses so that we can continue to supply mental health services both to children and adults. We did that by eliminating 2 of the administrative boards, or administrative functions of the 3 agencies. We combined all 3 agency administrative functions, so one administrative body, one CEO, one CFO, one human service representative, and other administrative functions served all 3 agencies. We went from losing $1.5 million a year in two of the agencies, to having a surplus this year for the first time of $500,000 in one agency and $750,000 in the other agency. It can be done by cutting costs and increasing efficiency. We require in those agencies the employees meet a certain sufficiency and efficiency standard. I suggest to you that if I get elected, and when I get elected to the state legislature, I'm going to require government agencies to require efficiency standards for their employees. If they don't make that efficiency standard, they're going to get replaced, or the head of those agencies is going to get replaced. That's my promise to you, that I will work for that. I will work to reduce costs. I will work to reduce taxes. I will work to get businesses and employment back here in Ohio like we used to have it, and we'll have it again. And I thank you for your time.